guys, Joe here from XFoxGames, and we have the new DartZone Vulcanator. Now, when I first saw this online, probably like 6 months ago, I was like, ooh, look at that. That thing looks friggin' awesome. I do like the kind of the dual mag fed system. I know we've seen this previous on other blasters, but this one was like, okay, kind of interesting. Let's check this out. So I went to my local Target and I was like, ooh, look what they got on the shelf. A little bit ahead of time, I think about a week ahead of time. So hopefully, you know, this will give you guys a good idea before you spend your hard-earned cash on it. Let's take a look at the box. The box, you know, for me, doesn't really do this thing justice. You look at the box, you're like, okay, it's a DartZone box. Nothing crazy, shoots up to 80 feet. Okay. For me, again, the box was a little underwhelming, but still it's that classic red box you see from DartZone. If we look and see what's inside the box, perfect. We got the blaster itself. We got 2 of the mag adapters. We have 2 mags itself. We have a non-adjustable but removable stock, and we do have a decent scope per se, right? So, I mean, not too bad. Oh, don't forget about the chili darts, which are hidden in that little white box, but in the box, a little bit underwhelming. But putting this thing together is an absolute breeze. Pretty much you take the little adapters that you get 2 of right here, and you just clip them on the side, boom, and they go in. They have kind of those same white clips right here as the Matrix Fire does. So you have some gripability, but you don't have a lot of gripability. And that's where I kind of wanted to start, because I know a lot of people are like, okay, what type of mags can you put in here? What type of drums can you put in here? So since these are kind of pushed in and they're kind of clamped, they're not permanent. So you could pretty much pop these things out. So you can only put so much weight on there unless you glued them or something like that. So things like the End Strike like 25 here, this works perfectly fine. The weight of it wasn't too much. I mean, you could pull on it and it'll come out, but when I was running and kind of playing, it didn't come out too much. It did come out, but it did not come out too much. The Rebel Mech, I think this is a 30 round, and the Rebel Mech one works okay. It is a little bit tight in there, like when you try to pull it out, so it is, oof, you know. But still, I think with the drums, because I know a lot of people want to put these on there, you're going to have to do something, because if you're going to run, move, or have a little bit too much, you know, movement, it's going to pop out and it's going to fall. So you definitely want to glue those again or something in there. I cannot stress this enough of how you're going to want to put something in there, because this will pop off. I mean, look. I mean, I could barely put pressure on it. So if you're moving and you're going like this, it's going to fall off, regardless of if you're using that one or this one. The mags, I didn't have the issue, but with the extended weight of the drums, for sure. Now, the big ones, yes, these work, but these, yeah, these will drop off very, very easy. So having one on this side, I mean, I could barely touch, look at that, I barely touch that and it's going to pop off. And then, of course, this one's even worse because the weight is all the way to the side. I mean, this, I mean, watch. So I would love to, gosh, I would love to have both. See? I would love to have both of these drums on there, but the weight of them is just not good. But I do think if someone were to glue it and put 2 of these bad boys on there, woo, you're talking about a lot of rounds just, you know, in a kind of a compact blaster. But I think for now, I would stick with the 25s. If you put a little bit more, you know, holding ability in here, glue or something like that, but to be 100%, yeah, you just use the mags, right? And I didn't have any issue with these things coming out, kind of moving it and things like that. So that's one of the biggest things that I just kind of wanted to talk about right out of the gate, was the mag compatibility with these drums. Because when I first looked at this, I was like, ooh, yeah, HVZ, how awesome would that be, just having, you know, 2 25-round drums right here, or the bigger ones, and not having it, you know, not having it fall out. But still, it still looks sweet like that. This does run off of 6 AA's, which is awesome. It's kind of the de facto standard now. The 4 AA's that we see from other manufacturers are probably not the best. And the mag, or the battery holder, is right over here on the left-hand side of the blaster. Super easy. Take out the screw, put it in. No big deal. It does look like, when I looked in there, it does look like you could pop that battery tray out, so putting a LiPo in here might be nice. I envision people modding this thing, guys. That, like, when I look at this, I'm like, oh yeah, the modability of this thing is nuts. Like, maybe different angles for this kind of top piece, or have somebody 3D print an actual piece that clips down or slides onto this tack rail, so it's really locked in there, and then you could put your mags in. It is, again, just something I've been kind of thinking about. In the back here, you do have a removable stock, but a non-adjustable stock. So you put it on, and that's pretty much all you got. Which, for me as an adult, yes, it feels good. It's right in there. I don't think I need to adjust it, but for people with longer or shorter arms, for sure, it is something that you're going to probably want to adjust. The scope is pretty decent. I mean, it's just your average plastic scope. There's nothing too crazy. I would almost run it without it, because with all of the, with the mags and everything up here, it's just a lot on the top of the blaster. So we put that back, kind of looks good. Let's get out and let's just go shoot this thing. Here we go. So I'm gonna shoot it first with the magazines, then we're gonna go over to the drums and kind of see how that works. But the rate of fire is not too bad. This is full auto. So you just hold the trigger, and you're gonna notice when you guys are shooting this, it is not taking darts from either side. So it's not taking one from the right, one from the left, one from the right. It's basically depleting all of the darts from one side, and then it switches over to the other. So you could have 5 rounds in one side, 20 in the other, and you don't have to worry about, uh-oh, I'm gonna miss a shot every other shot. And, for the most part, it's not shooting too terribly fast. You guys can see the FPS right there. It's not bad. I think a bump in the motors, maybe a bump in the whole system in there, could definitely make this thing a contender for sure. If it is anything like, people modding the Spectrum, oh yeah, this thing is gonna be awesome. But I do like how it is full auto. Just hold it and it automatically pushes them out. I would say at probably like 4-ish to 5-ish darts a second. Again, not too bad, maybe even 3 darts a second. I did switch over to the drums, and the drums fed just fine. I put probably about 6 to 7 drums through each of these. I mix and match the drums. So I'd put, the 30 on one side, the 20 on the other. Maybe you put the drum of 25 on one side and you have a mag in the other. That's what I like about it, is it depletes each side of the mag before it goes to the other. And I think, again, for me, that is huge. So you can mix and match mags between drums, etc., to kind of fit what it is you're trying to fit. Now, again, it is the modability of this thing that I think is going to be the big one, because this thing, it's kind of like what I wanted. But man, there are so many things that I want to do to this thing. I just like, oh, where do I start? So go back and watch that if you guys want to watch that. Overall, guys, yeah, this is all what I thought it was and then some. I just think out of the gate, it's good, but man, these things with gosh, how easy they pop out. It kind of bugs me, because like you can put it in there, but I see that wearing out over time. And anything heavier than a mag, I'm gonna see. You see that? So if you're running, gosh. So I mean, anything heavier than a mag, I mean, you're getting close to that tipping point. I feel like if you're walking and you're moving around, it's just gonna drop off. So there needs to be some type of extra mechanism in there to secure these a little bit better. But overall, I think it's a sweet blaster. The modability on this thing is through the roof. I cannot wait to see what people plan for this thing, because yeah, in my head, I'm like, man, there are so many options people can do here. I'm super, super pumped for that. But let me know what you guys think of this thing. Is it something you guys are gonna get? Are you guys gonna mod this thing when you get it? I'm just kind of curious, or maybe you guys already got it, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks again, Fox fans. Whew.